Hi, my name is Sarah, and welcome to my channel, which is all about sewing and styling a handmade wardrobe. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the hashtag Sew Romp Jump Play 22 challenge, which is hosted by 85th and Wade, who is V. V asked me to be one of the vloggers who were promoting the challenge, and I was happy to accept. Although I haven't made a lot of jumpsuits, I'm kind of a convert to the jumpsuit world recently. The ones that I have made, I've really enjoyed. Now, before I get into the jumpsuit that I actually made, first I want to tell you about the jumpsuit that I had planned to make. So I believe I told you in my most recent haul video that my plan for this challenge was to make the ready-to-sew Jean Paul coveralls. I had purchased the pattern a few months ago, and I bought some linen rayon fabric from the fabric market in this bright pink color. I was super excited to make this jumpsuit. I've never made this pattern before, and so I had printed out the PDF and I assembled it, and after I finished taping the pattern together, I was exhausted and no longer wanted to make the jumpsuit. Now, normally I am not one who is against taping together PDFs. I actually kind of enjoy it most of the time, but this particular pattern has so many pieces that it sort of sunk into me like how much work it was going to be to put it together. And I have a really busy month this month with my life and with work, and I just don't have a lot of extra time. After seeing the pieces when they were stuck together, it also occurred to me that I was probably going to need to do at least one muslin and maybe two, because I would very likely need to do a small bust adjustment on the top, and then of course I would need to muslin the pants because I always should be muslining pants. And then the style of this particular jumpsuit has a dropped waist, which I'm not sure that I'm crazy about. So it's possible that I would need to do a muslin and then of course do the fit adjustments. And then if I didn't like that dropped waist, I might need to actually do a second muslin in order to get the waist where I want it, where it looks right. So I didn't have a lot of time this month, and the thought of all the work that was going to need to go into this jumpsuit, I didn't want to feel rushed. I didn't want to feel like I needed to hurry through the process because I already did that once with the jumpsuit collab last year and it did not go well. I will link that in the cards in case you missed it. So instead, I decided to take it easy on myself and make a jumpsuit that I've already made before and love. So the pattern that I chose is the Deer and Doe Sirocco jumpsuit, which is a knit jumpsuit. And I made this earlier this summer as part of a collab with Teresa from Lost My Thread and Emma from So Do It Emma. My original jumpsuit was in a black ponte fabric that was really thick. I got it from Joann's, and I had a really hard time with the thickness of the fabric, but other than that, I feel like I did a really good job. I really like that jumpsuit. I've been wearing it a lot this fall, and I knew that I already had good success with the pattern and that it was easy to sew, so I just decided to make another one. The fabric that I chose for my second version is a new addition to my stash. I got this on sale at D&H Fabrics, and it is an Echo Vero viscose jersey. And it's in this zebra print with taupe and black stripes. Now, I was a little bit concerned with sort of the wild print that it was going to look either really crazy or look like pajamas, but I decided to just go with it. Now, I only had 2 yards of this fabric, so I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't have enough, but I was able to successfully squeeze it out of 2 yards. I don't know how much fabric the pattern calls for, but keep in mind that I am on the smaller end of the sizing spectrum and that I am also really short. So I made the size 36, and I kept all of the sizing adjustments that I did the first time around, with a few changes. After I finished my first version and it was too tight in the waist, I did go back and add about an inch to the waist so that it would not be as tight. The other change that I made is because we're heading into fall and winter, I really wanted long sleeves, but because I only had 2 yards of fabric, I just assumed that I wouldn't have enough fabric to make long sleeves, so I did 3/4 sleeves. All I did was I placed the original sleeve on my pattern and drew with chalk the extra length and then connected those lines. Now, I was so focused on making 3/4 sleeves because I didn't think I would have enough fabric for long sleeves that I didn't actually stop to think that in actuality I really did have enough fabric for long sleeves, and also I don't like 3/4 length sleeves. So I had cut out the sleeves and attached them and then remembered, oh yeah, I don't like this length. So I did luckily have just enough fabric that I could go back and cut out cuffs in order to bring the sleeve length down to my wrists, so they are a true long sleeve, and I actually really like the look of the cuffs. I think that it's really nice for fall and winter. The construction of this jumpsuit was even easier the second time around. I knew because I'd already done it once before that it was pretty simple to put together, and because this time my fabric was much less thick than the ponte that I used originally, it went together so much more easily. So I have my first version of the jumpsuit here, and I think you can tell the difference in the drape of the fabric. The viscose jersey fabric is really fluid, and now I understand why Emma and Teresa were saying that wearing this jumpsuit was like pajamas. Because in a light, soft fabric, it is really, really comfortable. It's like wearing nothing practically, as opposed to the ponte, which is much, much thicker and sturdier and stiffer to wear. So I don't quite know if I successfully avoided having something that looks like pajamas or looks too crazy because of the print, but I think that it works. I tried to dress it up and be a little bit more elegant in the clips. And I do have another work event coming up that I think that I could wear this. It's sort of like a cocktail event, and I think that it will look really nice for that. So I absolutely love the way this jumpsuit turned out, and I'm not eliminating the possibility that I might make another one. I've also seen versions on Instagram where people have taken the bodice and added a skirt to it and turned it into a dress, and I think that that would be amazing as well. So what do you think? Does my jumpsuit look like secret pajamas or pajama pajamas? Let me know in the comments. I'm gonna put my original review of the Sirocco here in case you wanna check that out next. Thank you so much for watching.